Hello, good afternoon. It's a minute to 1 p.m. We are still waiting for more people to join, but till they join, we will start the program. We are live on YouTube at the moment. Today, why are we meeting? We are meeting because today is International Women's Day, and we are here to celebrate our women. Our women need to be celebrated. And as women, we need to do that for ourselves and for others as well. We have a lot of speakers on call. It's going to be a free flow for today. So as our speakers are on the floor, if you have any questions or contributions, you can either raise your hands or type in your questions in the chat box. We have Asantua and Jessica now on the call, and we would start with them till the others also join. So, Asantua, welcome to the show once again, and thank you for honoring our invitation. Today, as I said, is all about International Women's Day, celebrating ourselves as a woman. As a woman, do you get the time to celebrate yourself? Hello, Asantua. Asantua. Okay. So as we wait for Asantua to give us an answer to the question, I'll move on to Jessica. Hello, Jessie. How are you? Thank you for honoring our invitation. Please, Jessie, as a woman in the aviation industry, do you get the time to celebrate yourself? Hello, Jessie. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Jessie.
So yes, you do get the opportunity to celebrate yourself when it comes up. The aviation industry is fairly male dominated, so in that regard, it even makes you stand out in the first place. So I'd say that almost everything you do is a way to easily celebrate yourself because there are not so many of you there in the first place.
So you do get a chance to celebrate yourself in your industry.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Hello, Santua, you are co-host now, so you can talk. Kindly unmute yourself and then give us an answer to this question. As a woman in the banking industry, do you get the chance to celebrate yourself? Hello, Santua. Okay. Abigail, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Please, as a woman in tech, do you get the chance to celebrate yourself? Hello, Abigail. Okay. All right. So let's go to Mercy. Hello, Mercy.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for making it. As a woman
You're welcome.
in the travel industry, do you get the
Okay,
chance to celebrate yourself?
okay, so I'm on the bus. You'll be maybe getting some feedback that we can still go on. Yeah, for me I do because I think every day counts, and then for such a special day, you just take the opportunity and steal some moments for yourself. Just look back at what you've done in the past, how you've come this far, and then kind of just a moment to celebrate yourself, enjoy it, and then see ahead how to turn things around, make it more different, and get people to be happy. So, yes, of course, I get time to celebrate and to enjoy.
Thank you. So far, all the women we've spoken with
Oh my.
get the time to celebrate themselves. Radia, what about you? Hello, Radia.
Yeah, hello. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
good afternoon.
Well, as a woman in aviation, of course, I get to celebrate myself because if you look at the trend in the aviation industry, you realize that actually a job like the cabin crew, it's a female-dominated job, even though they are male-recruited cabin crew as well, but majority of them happen to be female. And when I was a cabin crew with Kenya Airways, I used to celebrate myself every day. And now I'm CEO of Montage Travel Limited, of which in our industry, you don't see many Ghanaian women that are leading the travel companies. And so I still see that as a unique opportunity to celebrate myself as well as a woman. So we are always celebrated. Women in aviation always stand tall.
Thank you very much, Radia, for your answer. Women in aviation really get the time to celebrate ourselves, especially for a cabin crew who is always gallivanting, I would say, all over the world. Thank you very much. Abigail, can you unmute yourself to give us an answer to this question? Abigail, if you can hear me. Okay. Asantua, are you back online, please? All right. I see Precious has joined the Precious is on the call. Hello, Precious. Hello, Precious. As an entrepreneur, do you get the chance to celebrate yourself?
Thank you very much. Good to see you and happy Women's Day to us all. Am I audible enough?
You're audible, please. Hello, Precious.
Thank you. It wasn't a tradition for me to celebrate myself. I took delight in celebrating other women than celebrating myself. But as this year's theme goes, I choose to celebrate myself, and that is my resolution for 2021. So, yes, as an entrepreneur, henceforth, I'm going to celebrate my little achievements. I'm going to celebrate not only my little achievements, but thriving as a mother, as an entrepreneur, and juggling between everything and anything to make sure the center holds for me. I need to celebrate. And so that is what I'm going to be doing 2021. Choose to challenge myself, to celebrate myself always. Thank
Thank
you,
you
madam.
very much for choosing to challenge yourself, to celebrate yourself as an entrepreneur and mother. Wow, it is not easy. I mean, kids, work, your social life, your personal life, combining all of these things, it is not an easy joke. Thank you very much for choosing to challenge yourself. Okay, I think Asantwa says she can't hear anything. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything for a while. Hello, Asantwa, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
All right then. So I just threw the question to everyone that do we get the time to celebrate ourselves? Looking at you as a banker, do you get the time to celebrate yourself apart from your work and the other things that make up who you are?
I try to make the time to celebrate myself because um, it is so difficult juggling between work and that somebody crying for attention behind me.
juggling between work and home, it's difficult, but I try to have a few minutes of me time to myself just to celebrate myself and rejuvenate to be able to get the energy to do what I need to do. But if you don't make a conscious effort, you would go days, months, weeks, years, and you realize that you haven't been able to even do anything for yourself just because of how difficult it is.
Okay, thank you very much. Please give him a few minutes of your attention. We'll get back to you soon. Hello, Abigail. Can you hear me now? Abigail? Okay. Women, please. I'm throwing out the question. Whoever wants to.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Abby. All right, so I was asking, as a woman in tech, do you get a chance to celebrate yourself or you wait for others to celebrate you?
Okay, so I think we also get the time to celebrate ourselves a lot because it's also important depending on the field that we are in. I don't know, but most of the time we all know that we have most women in tech conferences, workshops, and then all that. And these workshops and conferences are made to make sure that women come together to talk about their challenges, talk about their successes, and then all that. And I feel this is also part of the celebration because the field is that's how the society has made it to be, and we celebrate every little success that we make. So I think we also celebrate ourselves each time.
All right, thank you very much, Abigail. The next question, I think this question has been asked so many times, but we always seek for different views on it. Why have we not been able to achieve equality? Do we even want equality? What do we understand by the meaning of equality? Please, the question will go to Radia. Why haven't we been able to achieve equality? Is there even a word called equality in this world? Is that what we are aiming for? Hello, Radia.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Actually, the issue of equality has always been a debate. Personally, in my personal opinion, I think that we have to seek for same equal opportunities with men. If you look at women around the globe, you realize that women are being paid for their jobs about 11% less than men are paid. And all this actually prevent us the right to have that equal opportunity with men. And majority of our responsibility has got to do with home care and many other things that if you look at some dynamics, you realize that it's even best that women should get paid more at work, at their workplaces than the men are being paid. For instance, this COVID period, they have the COVID period has actually impacted everyone, but women have been those that have been worse in a situation that many women had to choose between their jobs and domestic work. There have been many women who have actually stayed back home during the lockdown period and done many work that is actually unpaid care work. And many women have been forced to stay with their abusers during the lockdown. And so many other sacrifices that we had to do just to, just to face the challenge COVID through to the world. Women took all the suffering into their hands. And in situations like this, if they don't try to place a woman above any other thing and think that women should not have equal opportunities just like the men, then it means that we are always being treated unfairly. Because when there's war pandemic or an issue, women take the blame. women take the suffering, women take the sacrifice. Women, we are always at the receiving end. And yet, when it comes to the opportunities, then they try to let us understand that the men are in better position to get such opportunities than us. So for me, I believe that we deserve equal opportunities, just like the men. We are not rubbing shoulders with men, but we deserve equal opportunities like the men.
Thank you very much, Radia, for your comment. But you said we deserve equal opportunity like the men. A man may tell you that the reason why he has been chosen rather than you is because he may get the time to deliver on the job. In your statements, you made mention that we need to look after the family, we need to look after the work. And even in this COVID situation, there's been a lot of hassle on women.
Yeah.
Yes.
And unpaid care work that women have done at home.
Okay, so if we are looking for equal opportunity, and at the same time we have all these things to do, are we sure we'll be able to deliver on the job? Because those are some of the comments from other people with regard to the reason why women are not given that opportunity. Because now, let's say, Radia, you've been called to be a Speaker of Parliament for Ghana, and now you have your family activities to cater to. On a day that you have to go to Parliament, your child is sick. Now, what do? Do you go to Parliament and leave your child, or you cater to your child's needs before you go to Parliament? These are some of the questions that are being asked. So I will throw this question to Precious. I see that she's smiling behind the camera there. I'm sure she would have some comments on it. Hello, Precious.
Hi. Hello, I am smiling because this is a very interesting one. And I think that women can do better if it's not about equality, but it's about giving the opportunity to deliver. If women are put in the same position as men, and we have the support of men and other women around us, we can deliver better than the men in most cases, because we can even multitask better than the men. And this is innate. Men do not have this innate ability. We do have this innate ability. However, society has made it difficult for us. Women ourselves have made it difficult for ourselves to be able to achieve what we are supposed to achieve. You mentioned Parliament. How about Parliament having a crèche or a daycare department where there are people employed for women who make impact, who still are nursing babies to send their children there? During break time, we are talking about even breastfeeding for 2 years. And that has, no policy has been made, even by government, for women to be able to even breastfeed. How about Parliament starting? How about companies putting all these measures in place for us as women? So you can go to work, your child is crying, just like Helena's boy is crying for attention, and she leaves briefly to attend to the boy and comes back. She has her peace of mind, focus on the work to do. But everything is fighting against us. Husbands are fighting against, male colleagues are fighting against, and they think they can do the job better. They think the place of the woman is the kitchen, is the home, because they manage the home better. We are not, for me, with my understanding, it's not about equality anymore. It's about society accepting the fact that women need that support to blossom. Without them, without their support and the support of other women around us, we can still make it, we can still blossom. But by the time we get there, we are tired and worn out. This is my submission.
Thank you very much, Precious, for your submission. Wow, it's not about equality anymore, but it's about giving the chance to a woman to make an impact in the society. That is so great. All right, Jessica, this question goes to you. Women are crying that we need a majority of us to be in organizations or governments. We need a majority of us to be at the decision-making table. What is your take on this, Jessica?
Well, as has been pointed out, women are very good at multitasking. And when you look at many of these positions, several things cannot be done just at a go. There's several decisions that need to be made. And sometimes people don't like to admit it, and that women can do better in some of these roles. And there are cases where men do better, but many of them, when the woman is given the opportunity, like Precious said, opportunity. When the opportunity comes up and they are given the chance, there's a different prime ministers around the world, or countries are developing compared to the standards in most countries that are men. And people are saying how things are different and work differently. The reason why it's never really going to be an equal opportunity is because we concentrate on equality just at the workplace. But the equality has to cut across both work and home. If a man has to take paternity leave for a month or 6 months, same as the woman taking the maternity leave for 6 months or so, then there's this sort of balance where at some point of time the man isn't available. But because in some cases they expect the woman won't be available for a while, then they think that she won't be able to perform in that role because she'll miss some time out. So there's this sort of balance. It's difficult to get, but in some cases it works out nicely. So I think that sometimes when the women are given the opportunity, then they can prove their worth and show that they can also do it and probably even do it better.
Thank you very much, Jessica, for your submission. Hello, Asantua. Any comments on what Jessica has just said with regard to women being allowed to be part of the decision making on the board, either in organizations or the government institutions? Hello, Asantua. Okay, I think Asantua can't hear me. So let me go to Mercy. Hello, Mercy. Any comment on what Jessica just said with regard to women being allowed to be part of the decision making in governments or our organizations and even in our homes? Hello, Mercy.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I think the trend is changing. A lot is happening. You get to the top, and there are lots of women at the top. For instance, this year we witnessed the like outside Ghana, we witnessed the first vice president as a woman in the US. We've had a first in um, in the country. And if you look at parliament, the numbers are going up for women. So I think gradually where we can
Hello, I think we've lost Mercy. We've lost Mercy. Okay, so
Coming
I'm
on
going
the
to.
same level. It would take
Hello, Mercy. I think we've lost you.
time. It would take some sacrifices, and that includes probably not having.
Okay, so we've lost Mercy. We've lost Mercy. All right, so I'm going to. Hi. Hello, Asantua. Are you on call now? Asantua,
Yes,
okay, great. So please give us your comments with regard to women being invited to the decision table in organizations, as part of government, even in our homes.
I mean, as much as society would deny it, major decisions are made by women. And I'll tell you why. For the men who care to share their workplace, issues happen at workplace, at home. About 80% of those who have got good women are married to good wives. The decisions they make in the boardroom is indirectly influenced by their wives. And so at home, what our children become, who would we would celebrate out there as the men who are taking the decisions. Who were they built, or who built them, or who made them, if I could use that? It's the woman. We shape the men to become who they are. And so whether we sit at the table or not, I would say that for virtually every major decision that is taken, there is an influence of a woman somewhere. Organizations that are doing very well these days are the organizations that appreciate the role that women have to play. Precious spoke about us being able to multitask. Another innate thing that women have got is the attention to details. A lot of things that men would overlook or would see as it doesn't matter. For us women, we know how to play that to the advantage of the people that we react with. You can have all the policies, you can have all the laws. If it will work, it is about how it is being put to play. And this is a combination of both the tangible and the intangible. And so if you really want to succeed, or if you really want society governance to go on, want our organizations to go on, I believe the woman has a great role to play just because of the natural things that God has given to us. And when that is built and harnessed well, then we would have a better story to tell society. Because we've been very good at shaping and bringing out great individuals. And so what stops us from taking it a step further than to be the ones who are always behind the scenes and other people take the glory for the work we have done? Why don't we get the opportunity to come to the table and bring to the table firsthand what we are capable of doing? I've had the opportunity at being in some influential places, and if you will take decisions and the men make their decisions, and you come in as a woman to come and add your soft touch to it, because for them it is always about fact and logic. If this is not a fact, it doesn't work or it won't work. That's how men have been wired to be. But you know that it's not everything in this world that is just based on facts and logic, because you're dealing with human beings. So when we come in, we are able to see how best we can be able to blend the facts with the logic, and also make sure that the human beings we are dealing with are treated the way they should be treated, and not just as assets that are there to get the results that we desire. So for me, I believe it is very important. I don't believe in saying that give a special place to somebody because he or she is a woman, or give a special place to somebody But I believe in the fact that there should be a balance at every table because we have all been wired differently. And so when we are able to balance it well based on the required qualifications and our innate abilities, then the magic happens. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So yeah, you made mention of required qualifications. But to all of us, are women able to get that required qualification that we are looking for in our workplaces? How many women, for instance, we are looking at percentage wise, 100% wise, how many women are able to go beyond, for instance, a degree to even get to PhD or professorship? How many women are able to do professional courses that are needed to be part of this decision-making table? I'll go back to Mercy. I think she's back on now. Hello, Mercy. Okay. All right. So let me go to Abigail. Hello, Abigail.
Hi.
Yeah. So to my question, how many women, looking at the things that we do, yes, we are able to multitask, but does it help us in moving forward with our education? Are we able to get those required qualifications?
All right. So, for my side, I would say some do and some also find it very easy because depending on their background. So most of the time, the women are afraid to maybe going for their masters in maybe computer engineering or computer science because they feel with their university degree, even getting national service was a difficult one because if maybe the company wants somebody to come and work on their website, they would prefer a male than them the female because they feel like when they come they'll be more distracted and then all sorts of things that they come up with. So most of the time for them pushing up to maybe going to do their masters in computer science, they really find it difficult comparing it to this scenario. And then there are people who also kind of go in for the masters and then their PhD because they want to be a lecturer and their background, maybe this person also have somebody who was once a doctor like her, somebody to look up to, or maybe even their parents. I talk to most people who are young doctors and these people achieve it because they also have their parents doing the field that they are doing, something like electrical engineering. So they kind of have the opportunity to go to school and then further their education. But talking about people who don't have such opportunities and such network, it's sometimes very difficult, and that's the main thing that kind of change their career from a woman being in the tech into other fields. Yeah, so that's one particular, and also the society kind of raised something about the women in tech, which is very bad. For instance, this morning, I was in Accra Girls, and then one girl mentioned something that when it comes to national science and maths quiz, the boys' schools normally put at the girls' schools that there can never be a girls' school winning because they can't beat the guys. And even if they have a girls in the finals, they'll really like hit hard on the point that yes, this match I want to watch it because I know they are not winning. So I don't really know. Sometimes it's about perception, even though some of the males also appreciate females and want to help them push up. Sometimes it's a society and how they embrace things. So that's my point to that.
Okay, Abigail. So listening to your example, does it mean that our orientation itself is a problem? The way we are brought up. So this question will go to Jessica. The orientation we are given. As Jessica prepares, Radia, please also be preparing. The orientation we are given from infancy up to where we get to, is it a problem? Because for I would say senior high schools, they are literate. For them to be making such comments at that age means that we have a problem as a society. Because if 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds who are young adults have this perception about the other genders, don't you think as a country we have failed? Does this problem have to do with our orientation, or we pick it up as we grow up?
Yeah,
Hello,
I
Jesse.
think, yeah, many of these have to do with the individual and of course, and society as well. So I've been in a male-dominated industry. I've been in tech as well. But with once they understand you know what you are doing and you know how to do it, it usually helps. But if they don't really know you and you have to do something for them, they'll say, "Oh, she's a woman. She may not be able to do it." I think society also shapes us in a way where we think that um, the female sex is supposed to be at home most of the time and they don't have to necessarily push for it because the men will do it. I am regarding education, it's usually the individual who decide, I want to do a PhD. It's going to take me X amount of years. And then they plan towards it and they work hard towards it. So I think if maybe the girls' school, so for instance, are encouraged, oh, you can also win the science and maths quiz. You have to work up to it. If society tells them you can do it, it is possible, then they'll work towards it. But if it's just a simple thing where, oh, maybe you can do it, the boys normally win, you can't win, then they start to look down upon themselves or think that they cannot do certain things. So it's mostly the way society shapes you, but the individual has to take the opportunity and also move forward with it. And if you don't have that support you need to move forward, you probably linger in the back and still not be able to do what you may have been capable of doing. That's
Thank you very much, Jesse. Okay, so society is a factor, the individual is a factor. But as a child, if you have not been trained to respect yourself, to have a self esteem, and you are always being compared to your brother, to another boy, that have you seen that this person can do this, but you can't? How does it inform you as you grow up? This question goes to Radia. How does it inform you? You are always being compared to a guy. How does it inform you?
Madam Elizabeth, actually, growing up, for me, I was always challenging class with the guys. And for me, I've always said that girls or women in general are highly intelligent. Most of those that actually score first, second, third in class, when you observe critically, you realize that most of them are actually the girls. So, and the girls are also praised in a higher way anytime they perform, because the society already have that notion that normally a guy is supposed to be first or second or third. So when a girl takes over that, then it means that it's something special. You get. But you would realize that if women are really given the opportunity to expand their level of, do I say level of intelligence, to a higher educational level, women are going to perform marvelously far better than the men, because women are naturally born leaders. If you observe recently, according to the UN Secretary General's report, 22 women are heads of states globally. That shows that if we actually get a chance from onset, get very good orientation to know that we can always be ahead of the men in terms of education and in terms of leadership, then we are going to have even better opportunities than the men. Are you with me? Just take example of 2 years ago. Let's move back to 2 years ago during Aviator in Accra, when the field marshal came in to talk about how in her area of work, a lot of women are not being encouraged to do it. And simply because there have been many women who do not even have an idea that they can attend such engineering schools in order to take up positions like field marshals and stuffs like that. Many women are afraid to go into the engineering schools and what of you. But just like how the orientation is needed, the same way as we grow up, because as you grow up, you would like to climb higher in education. And then who you marry or who your partner in life is at that stage also determines how far you can go or not. Because we women, we are naturally fond of confiding in our partners or husbands. Before you make any move in life, before you make any decision to even go for your master's degree, your PhD or anything, you would like to consult your husband first. And trust me, once he's not in support or he discourages you, then that is the stage you'll be crippled at, and you wouldn't get that chance to continue. At the same time, when you look at the financial aspects, I think that women, we rely so much on our partners to do certain things for us. A woman has that desire to pursue her education for master's degree or PhD, informs the husband, and the husband just discourages her, or because the husband feels he has to pay for the fees and every financial burden concerning the education. But if you, as a woman, you are a working class woman, you have a better chance of even taking care. I've got some friends that are even doing PhD that they pay the school fees and everything by themselves because they are working. And that's how come such a burden is not supposed to be on a man to even decide on whether you should do it or you should not do it. So I think that as women, if you really want to climb higher, who we choose to be with as our partners, our lifetime partners, really matters a lot to us. There are some men, they wouldn't have that financial support, actually. Truthfully, they wouldn't have that to support you. But then the way they will push you to go higher in life, to go and achieve or get it, that alone is even a better support than a man who thinks he has the money to sponsor your education. But because you are a woman, he just tells you no, or because he thinks that if you obtain master's degree or PhD, or which he doesn't have, it simply means that one day you will shine brighter than he is, and so he tries stopping you from continuing your education.
Thank you very much, Radia. Wow, the partners we have.
Namisi, can I contribute to this?
Yes,
This
hold
for
on a
me
minute.
is
Just hold on.
very
Hold on.
important.
So we are 42 minutes into our time. Please, anyone who has a question, a comment, you can either raise your hand or key it in the chat box. We also have some special guests here. Oh, I think she has dropped off. She asked, there was a question where I think a comment. She said the reality is that in the course of challenging the status quo, my fellow woman will strive hard to bring you down. In the course of challenging the status quo, my fellow woman will strive hard to bring you down. I wanted her to make some comments on it, but I think she has dropped off. All right. So, Precious, over to you. Your comments on the marriage thing.
Yes. Yes, on the marriage thing, it's very important who we choose as partners because they either make you or break you. And I'm so excited. My daughter is here with us, listening, even though she's not online, she's hearing everything. We should have brought in some girls to listen to this conversation. Our orientation from childhood as girls also forms us, it gives us the wrong foundation. So we grow up thinking that just being normal is okay. If you are fortunate to come from a home where the girl child is pushed. You can do it. You can rub shoulders with the boys. You are better than the boys. You can do better than the boys. You grow up with that mentality. But if you are not fortunate and you have a mother who feels that doing the house chores, waking up early, spending time on other things, as far as the family is concerned, is what is needed for you, then that is what you are going to grow up with. Growing up in a family where you have to wake up at dawn to go and sell ice block as no water, where moving pig is now, and come back before you get back home, get dressed for school. When your siblings, the boys, are going to school, are we not going to the same school learning the same things? Why should that advantage be taken off, or why should I be given this advantage? So if you don't grow up with that willpower, learning more and discovering things on your own, pushing yourself up and telling yourself that you can do it becomes difficult unless you find yourself with the right association of people, women, men, who can tell you to believe in yourself. And that means that when you get to that stage, you have to unlearn what you have learned. You have to relearn and learn in order to push yourself forward, in order to aim high and change the status quo. And your partner. This is very, very important. Let us be careful. Some of us have made terrible mistakes, and it's caused us so much, caused us our education, caused us everything we aim high for, everything we can achieve. And yet something that should take you a year to achieve because of a difficult partner or a partner who feels threatened by you moving up takes you 10 years to achieve. When would you achieve that and celebrate yourself? By the time you get there, you are tired, you can't even achieve it. It is time for us as women to start reorienting the young girls of this generation, not to make the same mistakes we have made. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Precious. We need to learn, relearn, and learn again. Oh, wow. That means that we have a long way to go. Anyways, okay, Mercy. Hello, Mercy. Mercy wants to have a go at this question, and she's keyed in something in the chat box. She's saying that for her, it's the orientation you get growing up. Mercy, can you throw a little light on it? The orientation you get growing up. As we wait for Mercy to unmute herself, I'd like to read a comment from Ellis Nilai. He's saying, women are the best and they have equal opportunity with men. It's just that our society is just not allowing it. So from Ellis, women are the best, equal opportunity with men. It's just that our society is not allowing it. All right, thank you so much for your comment. Mercy, you can have a go at it.
This is the orientation we on.
Okay, so I think Mercy's network is still not good. So her contribution is the orientation you get whilst growing up. Wow, the orientation we get. How can we, as parents, as adults now, looking at what our parents have done for us and what we have become now, are we going to be the difference? Is the next generation going to stand on their own? Is the next generation going to understand that's equal opportunities for all genders? Are we going to train our kids to understand that concept? All right, so I have Mawenam on call. Hello, Olivia. Hello, Olivia.
Hi, Lizzie.
Thank you for joining us. Please, this question
Thank
goes to
you.
ask of this generation.
Why
Ask
do
of this generation. Those who have given birth and those who have not.
Sorry, the question again.
Are we going to give our children a different orientation from what we were given? Are our children going to believe that they need to give equal opportunities to everyone, either
Exactly.
a man or a woman?
Precisely, we have to give equal opportunities to our children, especially the women, the girls. Make sure that what we parents took us through, just like the earlier speaker talked about, having the girl wake up very early in the morning to go sell before coming to dress for school, but the boy will wake up, just dress up and go to school. Meanwhile, they are both going through the same tutorials and all that. And so we'll give the very best and different education to our children of today. Make sure that they are given equal opportunities. They know that they can do better. They can be on the same level as the boys. They can take up challenges, jobs, careers that men are seen to be taking. The girls can also do that. We as parents will have to constantly make conscious efforts. That is the word, conscious effort. Make sure, push it into our girls that they can do it. And if we continue doing that and giving them the chance to shine when the time comes, they will make it up. Yeah, so that is for me.
Thank you very much, Olivia. So we need to train our kids well, better. We need to reorient ourselves and our kids. As Precious said, learn, relearn, and learn again. Okay, I'm going to give a chance to one of our men to make a comment with regard to what we've been discussing so far. So I see the president of GATO on call. Uncle, the president of GATO, he's also a reverend minister. So I want to source his ideas on our theme for today, choose to challenge. Yeah, Godson.
I am here.
Yes, please. Can you comment on what we have discussed so far with regards to giving women an equal opportunity
Can you hear me?
as men in this our society?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I joined in very lately. I want to say a big congratulations to all women in Ghana, all women, especially the West Women Day. We are looking at women are doing so much for us to ensure that our homes are safe. Women who combine their career together with, as it were, keeping the home. It's not easy task at all. Combining the homekeeping to keeping the career. One thing is key is balance. There must be a balance between keeping your career at the same time keeping the home. You should not allow your career to affect the home. Neither should you allow the home to affect the career. And that is a daunting task. And women are doing so well. And on this day, we can only commend you, and we pray for God's blessing for women. We pray for good health for women, that the purpose why God gave Eve to Adam to be a helpmeet, to complete the man. Without women, the man is not totally complete. And so on this occasion, my prayer and my wish for all women is that the purpose of creating of women should come to pass and should follow every woman and to help them to achieve whatever they set out to do. So I wish all women happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Godson, for your words. And thanks for the prayer. We receive it in good faith. Okay, I have Susanna Akono on the call. Hello, Susie. Hello, Susie. Can you unmute yourself, please? Is this my mother, Susie, or my cousin, Susie? Okay, all right. So as we wait for Susie to unmute, I'd like to ask Sarah, Travel Planners, yes, your thoughts on our discussion so far. Any comments, any questions, so that our speakers can throw light on. If it's a question, our speakers can give you an answer. If it's a comment, yes, we receive it. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Yeah, Sarah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to join you all this morning. And I want to say a happy International Women's Day to all the women on this platform and women everywhere. For me, it's sort of a privilege to be part of this discussion because listening to the conversation, it's really inspiring, learning from all these accomplished women. And I think this is what we need as young people, to listen to the inspiring stories of um, exciting women so that we are able to attain and crush ceilings in whatever field we find ourselves. So that will be my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for your words. All right, so we'll be pulling the curtains on our discussion soon. But before that, can we look at how to address the cultural issues that form the background of our gender? The cultural issues. Why are we not able to do certain things? Why are we not allowed to do certain things? The cultural issues on those things, please. So I'll start with who do I start with? Mercy, can you comment on this? Are you available to comment on it? Okay, I think network issues. Oh wow. All right, Precious, have a go at this.
Cultural issues. I can only say that we must dare to bring a change. We must dare to change whatever cultural issues we have or women face that relegates us to the back or that makes moving forward difficult for us. There has to be a starting point. It's said that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. If we decide to hold hands, one person starts, this is what I intend to do. This in our culture does not support women's growth, does not encourage women to grow and to aim high. So I dare to challenge this and to make things better. We may not achieve it in our time, but coming together as women, holding our hands together, staying grounded on this decision to change things, we may not live to enjoy it, but it will be a good legacy we will leave for our children. So today's discussion may not even benefit you and I, but it's a foundation we are laying for our children. Same way we can start with the cultural issues, start changing the things that do not favor women in our culture or in our society. And trust me, it's not going to be easy, but I know that with perseverance, persistence, and prayer, we can achieve it and we can leave a good legacy for our girls.
Thank you very much, Precious, for your comment. Okay, I need a second person to comment on this as well. A second person, maybe you have a different view from what Precious has just said. Mercy. Okay. Jessica. Jessica. Jessica, would you want to comment on this? Okay.
Yeah, I agree mostly with what
Just a minute,
Precious
Jessica. From
said.
Mercy, she's saying, I admire my parents for pushing me to start with. There's nothing like boys or girls with. This orientation is a start to pass on to generations, two generations. So Mercy was privileged to have a parent who pushed her. There was no difference between a boy and a girl, and she's been able to achieve a lot. All right, Jessie, your take on it.
Yes, it's as Precious was saying, we have to start from now. If we start pushing for women to do things, they'll be able to do it. It goes a long way in our culture, in our lifestyle, in our religion, and it's part of us. Even in our textbooks, you see the girls were cooking in the kitchen and the boys were playing outside. All of these things just run through our lives. So at some point, it's already in your mind that, oh, this is what the girls should be doing and this is what the boys should be doing. So if you are given the opportunity to do other things, oh, girls can do this as well. Oh, really? And then they try and do it. So if we are given that opportunity and if we start now and we pass it on and encourage more people, it will go on and become a normal thing for us and things will change. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. The orientation matters. Yeah. Okay. So this question, in the course of challenging the status quo, my fellow woman will strive hard to bring you down. In the course of challenging the status quo, your fellow woman will strive to bring you down. Asantua, can you comment on this? Hello, Asantua.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So in the course of challenging the status quo, your fellow woman will strive to bring you down. Any comments on this?
It's an orientation that is very wrong in our society, especially the Ghanaian society, where we believe that to be able to shine, you need to dim somebody's lights before you can be able to shine. And so you find out that in your quest to challenge the status quo, you have fellow women who should be building you up, rather bringing you down. Sometimes it is done unconsciously, sometimes it is done consciously. Unconsciously, because our orientation, we feel that a woman's place is at home. And so when a woman gets to a certain level, she is doing what is termed as not womanly. And so you have people in society talking about it. You have even our own family members talking about, because you're seen as the odd one out and you are expected that your place should be at home, babysitting children and then making sure there's food on your husband's table. So when you are out there, they come home and, for instance, they ask where you are, and the answer is you are gone for classes because you're pursuing a professional course. Then unconsciously they start talking bad about you because they feel you were married into the home to come and sit and then cook for their brother or whatever. And you start getting all these fights coming against you. The conscious ones are usually in the corporate world, where we feel that I am the one who's supposed to get here. And so If it is Lizzie who is going there, then I should go and bite and make sure that I rather take her place, or I rather prefer that a man comes to lead instead of a fellow woman doing that. But who does it hurt at the end of the day? We are all shouting for equality every day. We are shouting for balance every day. But if we don't change our orientation towards some of these things and make sure that we help each other, and I have come to learn that in building others up, thanks to a mentor I came in touch with. For those of you who are in Toastmasters, my mentor is Samuel Fosu, and his multiplier series is something that has changed my mindset a lot. That in order for you to build yourself, you need to multiply other people. You need to build talents around you. Once you're doing this, this is one sure way you find out how great you are. And then even things that you didn't know existed, you would find them. So for those of us on this call, let's make sure that we don't bring each other down just because we want to get to the top, because you will get there and there's no foundation under you. You will get there and there's nobody to support you. You will get there and there's nobody to comfort you, because you destroyed everything in your path before you got there. In our homes, let's also change our orientation, teach our male children, teach our family members, let them know that it is okay for a woman to also strive to fight for her career and build some balance for herself. That as a male, I am blessed to have 2 male children. I don't have a house up, and I've told myself I'm not going to get one, just because I want to teach my boys that it is okay for you to also do the house chores. If your wife is not around, it is okay for you to bathe your children. When you cook, you can dish it out and we'll all eat, and it is okay. There's nothing wrong. You don't have to go to work. Both of you will go to work, and you come back and you will come and sit down and cross your legs whilst your wife gets home an hour later, and you still expect that she should come and cook for you because you are the man. It is not right. We can't continue like this. And so at homes, as mothers, as brothers, as husbands, let's also change that orientation so that we don't build a society where unconsciously we think a woman should not rise up, and so we will bring her down just because we want another male or another person to get there. So it is a call for you and I. It will take you and I to make sure we change this narrative. Else, it will always be the same, where we will destroy each other and we will not get anywhere, and we'll come back and come and sit at forums like this and talk about why other women are bringing each other down. This is my submission.
Thank you very much. Very precise and distinct submission. Okay, I see Sarah's hand is up. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
I just want to give some comments on the question you asked. So I think that the issue or the narrative of saying that women bring other women down is something that we keep hearing, and I think that we have to challenge that narrative by putting out stories of women that are working together, women assisting other women, and women enabling women to achieve great things. Because personally, I've only had female bosses since I entered the, let's say, the career or work market, and I'm always inspired because they go out of their way to sort of help you grow. And I think these are things that we have to put out there, and to change the narrative that women do not help one another or women bring each other down. Because it's, for me, I think it's just a minority, and even in some cases, there are misunderstandings, but majority of women, when we come and we work together, we create magic, and wonderful things happen. And those stories should be put in a narrative that in most cases women sort of bring down other women. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. So we need to start changing the narrative. But personally, I've had certain experiences where these words, women are her own enemies, have really come in play. Okay? Because sometimes you're doing something and a man would commend you that yes, what you're doing is great. But your fellow woman will also be somewhere and be denigrating you. So even though we want to change the narrative, I believe that the orientation, as we go back to it, still counts. We need to orient ourselves. We need to tell ourselves that we are not competition towards each other. If we are united in this world, I'm sure that whatever we are saying, choosing to challenge equality and all that would work. It will come to pass. But that would be like equality will be made possible if we are united. Because if your sister is climbing up and you are below and you are pushing her, definitely when she gets up, she will pull you up as well. Okay, so we need to start working on our orientation and it will redefine how we see ourselves and the world as a whole. All right, Alice. Yes, you can say something, Alice. Hello, Alice.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
Yes,
very much. This
you're welcome.
this has been a wonderful, wonderful program, and I like the way women are being celebrated. But there's one thing that keeps coming up. We need to change the narrative. We need to change the narrative. There's no narrative you are changing. It has already been changed in the 21st century. Because I will take sports, for example. Now we have the women officiating men's football. You have the women officiating men's tennis. You have the women taking over, team manager's job and all that. So it is not that you are changing the narrative. The narrative has been changed already. All you need is to get a lot of women into that position. And once they are there, voila, we are on our way. That's all we need now. So the young ones coming, we need to encourage them. We need to, help them in all the ways that we can help them to let them get to the level that we are, that they can take up those positions. All we need is people in that position. If there are people in there, nobody will say anything. Work will be done, teamwork, and oneness will go forward. It's all over the world, and that's what is going on. Women are doing what they have to do, men are doing what they have to do, and then together we will grow our businesses together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alice. So as Alice said, we don't need we don't need to change the narrative. The narrative is already there. Okay, so if the narrative is already there, what do we do with it? We need to build on it to get to where we want to get to. Thank you all so much for joining. Please, I'll give my speakers a chance to. All right, so Mercy is on now. Hello, Mercy.
Okay. So,
On our concluding remarks. Hello, Mercy.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. So never want to remain teacher, Papa. But there's this word, Peseman Kumenya. If we can draw that word out of our system, it will help us. Even on this platform right now, all those invited, the panel, everybody, from this day forward, if you can see your fellow woman as your own self, whatever you want to be, however you want to be treated, try and treat yourself, try and treat the.
You want information for something, you call somebody, and because the person feels you move to the next stage. Okay, where crash should I share? Okay, let me give the person half information. You are not doing any good to anyone. Okay, when one woman moves forward, they will pull you along. I'll take myself as an example. I'm struggling in my business, and I'm struggling in the sense that we've all come out of Corona, we're all struggling. But here I am trying to mentor 2 other women who are also entering the business. Okay, so it takes some kind of commitment, some kind of concern, some kind of love to put
Okay, and then I'm struggling. When they come back and pull me with them, let's look at this from that direction. Okay, so that's my submission.
Thank you very much, Mercy. We should remove the word Pesemin Kumunya from our dictionary. Yes, it's true. If you don't feel, if you are not Pesemin Kumunya towards your sister or your brother, I am sure that you would always pray that that person should always go on. For me, I have this quote where I say that when I help you to get up there, you are not going to disturb me with Meto Insio, Mamisikanye say, and all that. No, because at the end of the day, when I move my car, you also move your car. When they are asking the family members, bring this, you also bring yours. So all the problems will not come on me. And I believe that that is what we are supposed to do in the world. For instance, as travel agents, Mercy said she's mentoring two other ladies to be part of the travel business. Mercy alone cannot solve the problem of the whole Ghana. Okay, so even though Mercy is training someone to also become a travel agent, definitely she would have her own clients. She'll have the things that she does to maintain her clients. So she won't lose out. And even the Bible says that when you give, you receive more. So I believe that as ladies, as women, we need to think about the bigger picture. We need to stop thinking about the little things that does not make news. But we need to think about the bigger picture. And we'll definitely get there. So this year, for me, I am choosing to challenge the status quo. I am choosing to mentor more women. I am choosing to make an impact on more women. And I hope that after doing that, definitely we'll get to the peak of where we want to be. All right, so concluding remarks from our ladies. Asantwa, you can have a go at it first.
I think everyone, especially that of Ellis, I hope I got the name right. We can only do but encourage ourselves. And once we get to, or we are able to attain some level of influence, let's try and use it positively to make sure that we bring each other up, especially the young ones, so we can reorient their minds and make sure that life becomes better for the generation after us. Thank you.
Thank you, Asantwa. Reorient the minds of our kids so that the next generation will be better than what we have now. Jessica, your concluding remarks.
So I'd just like to say that as much as we want opportunities and hope to be given opportunities, we still have to be good at what we do. We may not be the best, but we should still be good at what we do, because if it's a case where you're given an opportunity and you cannot deliver, it may affect other people who are female who would like to pursue a similar goal. So you could always, as some of the other speakers have said, once you pull people with you, or you push people up, they pull you along. So as you're going and you're there, you can always liaise with other people and do better. And in case you're not the best at what you're doing, so that eventually all of you get to move as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessie. Okay, Mercy, your concluding remarks. Hello, Mercy. Hello, Mercy. Okay, so as we wait for Mercy to join, Precious is back on. Precious, your concluding remarks. Hello, Precious. Hello, Precious. Okay, I think Precious is having
I'm back on. Married to sow good seeds. Even if we are not around to nurture the seeds we sow, I think I should have mentioned someone will see them and will be a bountiful harvest for our girls. I am concentrating on the girls of this generation, not our generation. And so let's try. And then also, if you have people you mentor, especially young women you mentor, don't always expect that they will feel loyal to you.
Let me just pretend.
Some of them will get you. Get over the head. Get over the head and move on. Never say never, you won't mentor. Because someone somewhere needs that mentoring. You mentor one and you realize that you have sown a good seed in that person. And that one person multiplies the good work you have done. So never say never. Let's keep hope alive. Let's keep doing the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Precious. Okay. Mercy, are we back online? Hello, Mercy. Mercy.
Yes, we are back online.
Okay.
We are back online. Okay. It's been a very good experience to be on this platform. I thought I couldn't make it because of traveling from Azim to Takrade, network issues. But I really enjoyed it, and I think we are on the right direction. We may be just a handful, and we've really discussed a lot. If we can take part of what we discussed from here and start with it, I think we'll go too far. Thank you all for having us, and we hope it will be a different story and more improvement in the next year, or even before next year. Okay. Ciao. Enjoy your day.
Thank you very much, Mercy, for making it. Okay. Olivia, any last words for us? Olive. Hello, Olivia.
Hi, Lizzie. Hi, everybody. Well said by all my lovely women in there. And so for me, I really don't have anything to add up, but all I can say is that we should love ourselves as women. We should love each other. We should forget about the peseminkuminya and the pull her down syndrome, and then push ourselves to the top. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olive. Okay, so I see that we've all spoken, but Queen Sonita has not spoken. Hello, Sonita. Hello, Sonita.
Hello.
So, today is International Women's Day. Any words for us to take home?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Sasu. It's a privilege to be part of this wonderful section, even though I joined in quite late. Like all other ladies had rightly spoken at length, I think the old adage that says that women hate women should be a thing of the past. And we should strive forward to being able to wear each other's crown for one another very well. We should be able to look at one lady, readjust her crown, and dust off a tear or sweat and spur her on and say, wow, that's my lady. You go and do it. You know, we as women have the power, the strength, the tenacity to achieve anything we set our eyes to do. That is why God made us helpmates, mothers, co-partners in the what? In the creation story. So if we do not help each other, who can help us? So before I end, anybody here listening to me, I'll say, look out with the lady that you know, the one beside you, the last woman that crossed your mind. Drop a line, give her an encouragement. You never know what that means to her. She might not tell you, but it's worth sending. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sonita. And thank you to all for making this program a success today. Today, we have really celebrated the International Women's Day by seeing and seeking the views of our fellow women. I believe that from now onwards, we are going to make a change in our lives, in the way we think about ourselves, and what we do to bring impact into our world. Women on this platform today are the game changers, and we are hopeful that next year, by this time, when we meet again for an International Women's Day program, we'll be saying, we will be talking about improvements. We'll be talking about our mentees. We'll be talking about people that we have helped and raised to the bar. So thank you all, and I hope to see you someday, somehow. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye. And happy
Bye.
Women's Day to you all. Thanks, Madam Lizzie, for this
Bye.
forum. God bless you. Keep
Amen.
working.
Amen. Marvin. All right,
Strong.
then. So we'll meet off
Sonita,
camera.
good to see you. Good to see you, Jessica. Asantua, I mean everyone. Radia, I think we lost.
Yeah, we lost Radia, Santo, and Abigail along the way. But it's been impactful. It's been impactful. And I'm hopeful that, yes, we would hold each other's hand. United, we can make it in this world.